So please direct your attention towards one of the screens located in your wing for a short video, which will be followed by the presentation of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to welcome to the stage our 80th Commandant of the United States Corps of Cadets, Major General Lori Robinson.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Sandhurst Awards Banquet. To all of our distinguished guests from around the world, leaders from across Army Cadet Command and our sister service academies, and everyone from the West Point community, thank you for being here tonight. For this culmination and awards presentation for the 2024 Sandhurst competition. Up front, I would like to thank and recognize two special families here with us tonight. Tim, Janice, and Francis Surdike, whose son Thomas I will talk a bit about more in a minute. And to Mrs. Michelle Salzberg, whose daughter, Cadet Maddie Salzberg, from the University of Vermont, we recognized in our opening. Please know that you are forever a part of our Army Sandhurst family and always welcome at West Point. A huge welcome as well to the amazing coaches and support staff, and last but certainly not least, all of the awesome teams that competed extremely hard over the past 2 days. You made it. I know that I am the only thing standing between you, who are a very tired group, and the announcement of the final standings and award presentations, so I will be brief. But I would be remiss not to take a couple of minutes to thank all who made this competition possible. I would ask all the cadets to think back to my comments last Sunday night, which probably seems like a long time ago, at the outset of this competition, when I talked about what you should take away at the end. Yes, this competition was meant to test your military skills, grit, tenacity, strategic thinking, leadership, and resiliency. But as important, it was meant to build joint and multinational relationships with partners and allies that you will no doubt serve alongside in the future. I also ask that you do 3 things throughout this week. Be positive, do your best, and be a good teammate. From what I saw, I think we accomplished those goals and then some. Regardless of your standing at the end of the competition, I hope that you depart West Point with the biggest takeaways of this competition: new friends, new relationships that you will maintain over time, a better understanding of another service or country, and a greater level of inspiration to serve your nation as a member of the profession of arms. This event would not have been possible without the tireless effort of our Sandhurst planners over the last year. Sandhurst is kind of like Christmas at the North Pole. As soon as this year's competition is over, we start planning for next year. A special recognition to the entire Department of Military Instruction under the leadership of Colonel Mark Fedorovich, and specifically Major Hamish Taylor, our UK exchange officer, and Major Connor Downs, a great US Marine, for their tireless efforts leading the planning for this competition. But as you saw, the competition takes a village to run. So thanks to the Brigade Tactical Department, the Dean's Directorate, the West Point Garrison team, and all who kept the competition and its spectators organized and safe. But like most things here at West Point, it is the United States Corps of Cadets who plan and lead from the front. So to Cadet Connor Cherpesky and all of the cadets who set up, rehearsed, and ran the lanes, a job well done. Our military medical staff this year came from across active duty and reserve component units all over the United States Army. So I thank them for their support, and a special thanks to the awesome training team from the 3rd of the 304th Battalion from the great state of Maine. This battalion not only supports Sandhurst, but habitually supports West Point Cadet Summer Training, so we look forward to seeing you all back again in just over a month or so. This year, a total of 48 teams participated in Sandhurst as the competition continues to evolve from its humble beginnings in 1967, when a couple of teams from the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst and the United States Military Academy started a friendly military skills competition. So now with 17 international teams, the best 16 teams from across the United States Army ROTC programs, our sister service academies from Navy, Air Force, and the Coast Guard, and the best teams from USMA, this friendly yet fierce competition continues to prove that all of you are committed to demonstrating excellence. In a moment, we will recognize this year's award winners. We will also honor the service and sacrifice immortalized in the chosen namesake of the Sandhurst Leadership Award, Cadet Thomas Surdike. Tom was a tremendous cadet and leader who was selfless, positive, caring, and determined. He was a team builder who others wanted to follow and emulate, and ultimately lost his life, saving that of another. You'll hear more about Tom's story as we present this award tonight, and his family that is here to help us do that. His legacy lives on forever in every one of you who competed in this year's competition. To the Surdike family, thank you for being here with us tonight and for your continued support of USMA. In closing, I am incredibly proud of all you have accomplished throughout this competition, and know that the future of every fighting force represented here is in good hands. You demonstrated the leadership, grit, tenacity, and will to overcome adversity, and that you possess the skills and capability to not just survive on a future battlefield, but to thrive in what is sure to be complex and challenging circumstances. Regardless of where you placed, you have proven that you are willing to carry the torch for your military service and your nation to lead from the front. I challenge each of you to maintain your drive and motivation as you take what you have learned from this Sandhurst competition back to your respective schools, and more importantly, to the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and guardians that you will soon lead as officers. Congratulations to all. Go Army, beat Navy, at least I hope we did, and let's present these awards. Thank you.
We will now begin with the presentation of awards. The Director of the Department of Military Instruction, Colonel Mark Fedorovich, will now present the first award of the 2024 Sandhurst competition. The Most Lethal Squad Award recognizes the team with the highest average score on the M4 and M17 marksmanship events. The Most Lethal Squad is Canada Kingston. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? The Director of the Department of Physical Education, Colonel Nicholas Gist, will now present the Physical Endurance Award. This award recognizes the team with the best physical endurance combined over all fitness-based events. The Physical Endurance Award goes to Yusma Black. The Tom Surdike Leadership Award recognizes individual leadership on the Sandhurst course and is reserved for the best squad leader from among the teams. To understand the significance of this leadership award, please turn your attention now to the screens for a video about the lasting legacy of Cadet Tom Surdike.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor the memory of West Point Cadet Tom Surdike from Festus, Missouri. Tom chose a life of service at West Point, and in his death, he proved that serving others was always in his heart. While on vacation on June 24th, 2016, Tom and another swimmer he just met on shore were caught in a riptide. Tom instinctively went to the other young man who could not swim, keeping him afloat, but Tom was pulled under. Tom died in the hospital 4 days later. Continuing his ultimate goal to serve, Tom donated his organs. He was given the Soldier's Medal, the Army's highest non-combat award, because he saved the life of another. I grieve the loss of this gifted young man who would have no doubt distinguished himself in a life of military service. But today I celebrate Tom Surdike's spirit, his character, and selfless act that distinguished him to death.
When you hear people talk about him, you're talking about a teammate, a good teammate. That's what Sandhurst is. It's the embodiment of being a good teammate. That's what Tom Surdike's story and what his life showed. And so I think that's a very, very fitting person to represent the Sandhurst competition.
He really had a team mentality, and it wasn't just individual, how am I going to make it through, but it's how are we going to make it through.
I realized that Tom was someone who wasn't just attending the academy and learning about service, he was demonstrating it. And he knew that service, it wasn't something that we clock in and out of each day.
I wanted to be a part of something that was going to make me the best version of myself and the best leader for soldiers one day. And just hearing Tom's story just cemented the fact that Sandhurst was where I needed to be.
I think every story that I've heard about Tom was how committed he was to his team, how genuine he was with his team. And so when I think about my teammates, I want to be genuine with them.
It reminded me that every day is a gift and that we don't know how long our lives are going to be, and that we should live every day in service to others and with the positive attitude that Tom had.
We definitely incorporate his legacy by trying to instill the values that he embodied into ourselves and into our team, and ensuring that everyone knows that we're going to help each other despite the personal cost. We're going to do our best to pull someone up when we're down, and we're going to try to bring out the best in others.
Oftentimes the teams that do the best or win are the teams that are willing to sacrifice for each other the most. And so I think Tom's story is a great epitome for that.
Tom's legacy inspires me and my team to go above and beyond what's asked of us and to always be looking out for one another.
When I think of Tom, the first thing that comes to my mind is selflessness and his personal courage. That's what he was, and that's what he did. He was selfless enough to sacrifice himself, and he had that personal courage to do that.
We have to do whatever it will take in order for the team to succeed and in order to bring out the best in others. That's exactly what he did.
It helps you to know that your teammates are there supporting you, and it's not just oh my gosh, maybe I'm tired, but everyone's in it together and we're all going to get through it together.
Tom's story is not over. It lives on in all of us.
We have all been charged with writing future chapters in his amazing story of bravery and self-sacrifice. I didn't know Tom, but I know his story. I know what he stood for. He inspires me to push further than I ever thought possible.
The Academy's sacred mission is to develop leaders of character. Tom is the accomplishment of this mission. He is what we all aspire to be. He is the embodiment of leaders of character and fully lived our motto:
Duty, honor, country.
Tom's inspiration doesn't end with Sandhurst. It has touched me to my core. The story of his self-sacrifice will motivate and inspire me my entire life.
Tom is the perfect example for all Sandhurst competitors to emulate. We are proud to permanently memorialize him by presenting our Leadership Award in his honor. It's now my privilege to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Surdike, Tom's parents, and Frances, Tom's sister, to present the award.
I just want to say thank you for remembering Tom and the effort that you've put out today, from the Philippines to Poland, from Thailand to Sweden, and everywhere in between. I think our nation is in good hands with the people that I see here in this room tonight, and it makes me proud that Tom is a part of it. And I really appreciate the opportunity to give this award.
We will now recognize the nominees for the Tom Surdike Memorial Leadership Award. Will the squad leaders of the following teams please come to the stage? Denmark, A3 Anacondas, Norway, and we would like to invite both our squad leaders from VMI. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our nominees a round of applause. And the winner of the Tom Surdike Memorial Leadership Award is Cadet Evan Symes from Company A3. As voted for by the competition staff for outstanding commitment, performance, and leadership across all elements of the Sandhurst competition. Brigade Tactical Officer Colonel Michael Klepper will now present the award for the highest performing company team in the United States Corps of Cadets. The winner of the 2024 USCC Sandhurst Performance Award is Company A3 Anacondas. The International Trophy is presented to the first place international team in the Sandhurst competition. Brigadier General James Coote will now present the International Trophy. The winner of the International Trophy is Canada Kingston. The ROTC Cup is presented to the first place ROTC team in the Sandhurst competition. Major General Antonio Munera, Commanding General of the United States Army Cadet Command and Fort Knox, and Command Sergeant Major Roy Young will now present the Sandhurst ROTC Cup to the winning team. The winner of the 2024 ROTC Cup goes to Texas A&M. The Sandhurst Medallion is presented to the top 5 teams in the Sandhurst competition. Major General Lori Robinson, West Point's Command Sergeant Major Phil Barretto, and Command Sergeant Major Robert Craven will now present medals to the 5th through 2nd place teams. Please move forward as your team is called. This year's competition was exceptionally fierce. The margin between our top 2 teams was razor thin. Congratulations to all of our competitors for a job well done. The 5th place team is Company A3 Anacondas. Go Snakehurst. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth place team is Texas A&M. You're not going to like this one. The third place team is the United States Air Force Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, the second place team is Canada Kingston. The Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber, named after Cadet Reggie Johnson, a Sandhurst competitor who passed away during the land navigation phase in 1980, is presented to the overall first place team in the Sandhurst competition. Major General Robinson, Command Sergeant Major Barretto, and Command Sergeant Major Craven will now present the Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber and a first place Sandhurst medallion to the winning team. The winner of the Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber goes to Yusma Black. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not have had the time to notice yesterday as you competed in the area of Lusk Reservoir, but there beside the road is a monument inscribed with the words, "To the Corps of Cadets, the lives and destinies of valiant Americans are entrusted to your care and leadership." If you replace the words Americans with young men and women, I think this perfectly captures the essence of the profession we all have chosen to serve. We may wear different uniforms, speak different languages, and come from different countries, but we are all members of the profession of arms, and the lives and destinies of valiant young men and women are entrusted to our care and leadership. Over the course of the weekend and the many months you spent preparing for it, you have truly proven worthy of this honor. Thank you to all the competing teams for bringing the spirit of competition and camaraderie which was displayed here on the fields of friendly strife. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all our competitors and cadre another round of applause for a job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, this event couldn't have happened without the help and support of the 304th Force Com Medics, the USMA Brass Quintet, the PAO, the mess hall staff, and of course, the Sandhurst OICs. Two exceptional leaders and mentors of mine, Major Hamish Taylor and Major Connor Downs. Please give them a round of applause for all their hard work and dedication. Truly world-class event. Will everyone now please stand for the playing of the Armed Forces Medley? This concludes the Sandhurst 2024 competition and awards ceremony. Thank you all. Have a good night and travel safe.